In today's video, I'm going to be explaining everything you need to know about woodcutting as quickly as I physically can. You might think it's a pretty simple topic, but after some testing, there's quite a lot to know actually. I was surprised by how much I didn't know about woodcutting before I started these tests. So with that, let's get straight into it. So the first and most important part of woodcutting is of course the trees. Trees have 4 growth stages, well actually 5. They have the sapling, they have the smallest, they have the second smallest, they have the second largest, and they have the largest. They have 300, 600, 900 and 1200 health respectively, and these last trees with the most health will give you 150 wood if you destroy them, at least at the start of the game before any perks or anything like that. One thing you should know about planting trees is that there's only 3 plantable trees in the game. Those are the blue spruce, otherwise known as the winter pine, the oak, and the regular pine. I have those the wrong way around, by the way. The seeds for those look like this: oak, blue spruce, and pine. Every tree can only be planted 3 blocks apart, by the way. Speaking of planting trees, you can do it on any non-structural surface, so dirt for example, or a planter. They will take approximately 120 minutes to go from this stage to this stage, although that can sometimes vary with bugs and other factors being taken into consideration. So now you know all there is to know about trees at least, let's go into the more interesting part, and that is the wood cutting. First thing you need to know is, what tools do you use? Well, you use these tools here. The stone axe is the basic tool used for cutting wood. You then upgrade to an iron fire axe, a steel axe, and then a chainsaw. It is worth noting, of course, that you may just stop at the steel axe because the chainsaw does require fuel to use. One thing you should know, by the way, and I'm going to take this opportunity to tell you this general fact about 7 Days to Die. 2 items which are level 6 are not the same quality. You can see this fire axe has a block damage, which is the statistic which is important for wood collection anyway. Block damage is essentially how much damage you do to things like trees, ore, and blocks. You see this one has 67, but this one has 68. The only difference being nothing. There is no difference. It's simply how the game works. These statistics are rolled when you get these items. For example, this steel axe here has 127 block damage and 45 attacks per minute, and this one has 46 attacks per minute and 128 block damage. Did I misread the last one? I did. 127 block damage on that one. And this one is most notable. You can see that this chainsaw has 9, 36, 314, 311 and 3650. And this one is massively worse. You definitely need to keep an eye on the quality level of the tools you're using. Just because it has a 6 doesn't mean it's the best you can physically get. So now we need to take a look at the books you can use to get effects here. So the main notable ones are some of the books in the Fireman's Almanac series. Fireman's Almanac Volume 2 will give you the ability to craft Fireman's Axe modifications, which can be applied to axes but not chainsaws. They deal 25% more damage to blocks but 25% less damage to enemies. Great if you're not using an axe as a weapon. Then we have the Volume 3, which gives you a 5% faster attack speed with axes, essentially meaning you can collect your wood 5% faster. Then we have Volume 6, do 10% more damage to coal and burned wood. I'm including this one because technically burned wood is a type of tree. And the last book that I find notable here is the Honey book from the Wasteland Treasures Volume 1. This one will give you a small chance of getting honey from trees, which is pretty useful. Now, one thing you guys may be thinking of, wait a minute, Prebuilt, doesn't the art of mining affect this? And the answer, really interestingly, is no. I would have assumed trees were technically kind of sort of ores, but they actually aren't. And you will not benefit from this perk book series, the art of mining, at all. It does nothing for you when it comes to trees. I was very unhappy to find that out. So I've given myself some skill points, and we're going to go into the perks, or rather skills, which affects woodcutting. So the first thing you'll need to know is that most of these are going to be in strength, and the perks we're interested in are Miner 69er. Quality 2, poor tools, increase tool damage by 10% and block damage by 30% with any axe, pick, chainsaw or auger. With the final rank of Miner 69er, you will be doing 150% block damage with any tools like axes, picks, chainsaws or augers. This is a very useful perk for woodcutting indeed. The next perk that's important here is Motherload. Motherload rank 1 will give you a 20% bonus to all the things you collect from ore, stone, terrain, blocks, trees with any axe, pick, chainsaw or auger. If we gather up all 5 of those, we will get 100% more. So now, logically speaking, if we find a tree with 1200 health, it should give us 300 wood. So this looks like a really big tree. This should have 1200 health. Okay, here we go. And sure enough, we got 300 wood. That's pretty good. We also got 2 seeds. I should probably mention that the smallest growth stage of trees will only give you 1 seed for those trees. Every stage above will give you exactly 2 when you destroy them. So how else can you improve your block damage and cut down these things faster? Well, mods. Now the first thing I need to say is that every mod you equip on anything will increase the damage and the block damage. So just having any mod will make your axes better. But these mods specifically are mods that will definitely affect axes positively. Now this isn't all the mods that axes can have, this is just the ones I feel are most useful for the axes. And the one in particular you're looking for here is this. The Fireman's Axe mod, which you get from Volume 2 of the Fireman's Almanac. 25% more block damage. Ultimately, it really feels like either the Steel Axe or the Chainsaw are good options. You can break a max health tree with a Steel Axe in 3 hits with Miner 69er, and you can do it in a couple of seconds with the Chainsaw. It really depends on whether or not you care about the stamina. I would personally use the chainsaw because I think stamina degradation is obviously really annoying. One thing of course you could do if you really care about the stamina usage would be to come and get Sexual Tyrannosaurus, and you will use 25% less stamina. But I think I would still opt with the chainsaw personally. So with that, guys, I think we have absolutely everything about woodcutting covered. You should now know what axes to use, what modifications you can use, what trees to cut, and how to successfully grow your own trees efficiently. Remember, it takes 120 minutes for a tree to grow fully. If you want to learn more about 7 Days to Die, and keep up to date with all my videos like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the like if you enjoyed today's video. Hopefully I managed to complete that topic in a reasonable amount of time. But with that, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.